Ladies and gentlemen, fight fans all around the world, let's talk some boxing. So I did a video on boxing versus running, in which, if you look at the video before this one that is coming, I looked and compared the style of boxing, the slick style of boxing that some North American and some Cuban fighters utilize, which casual fans and even some commentators call running. And usually the style of fighting that is associated with running is the stick and move, utilizes the stick and move technique. There are many techniques to boxing, and so this is sort of a follow-up video to that video. But I was requested by someone called, I'm not too sure if I'm pronouncing your name correctly, Mo, M-O, Thiam, T-H-I-A-M. So Mo Thiam, I want to show you what you requested. Basically, Mo Thiam requested that I could do a very quick breakdown of Canelo Alvarez versus Erislandy Lara, and I will do that immediately here. But I want to bring some comparisons between Oscar De La Hoya versus Daryl Coley. Now, the difference between Erislandy Lara and Daryl Coley is that Erislandy Lara has a more advanced version of the stick and move. As you can notice, Erislandy Lara is a southpaw, but he is using the jab a lot. He's also varying the jab. He has the up jab, he has the jab to the body, he has the jab to the head, and then he moves. Here he goes, he sticks again with the right hand. This time he also adds to his repertoire the 1-2. So he'll throw the jab and then he'll throw the lead. He may do it again. He's sticking the jab to maintain distance. He is also feinting and changing his body positioning. But as you can see, he's mostly on the ropes. But he changes his distance, he varies his motion, his lateral movement, and he's constantly moving. So there he throws the jab again. Canelo's trying to find his range by throwing his jab. Lara is there. Then he does his 1-2. This time straight left to the body, and then he moves. So his stick and move involves also an extra ingredient, which is the 1-2. He uses his straight left to use power to try and get Canelo to respect him. Canelo doesn't respect him, so he has to continue to move along the ropes. Sometimes he ducks in, comes close to Canelo. But this is an advanced version of the stick and move. So Lara uses his legs. He's looking for the right position. He found the right position, so he throws the jab. He's throwing it. This time he tries to throw a lazy kind of hook to try and move Canelo out of the way. There he is with the 1-2 to the body. Then he throws the jab again and finishes it off with the jab. This is still stick and move. I will show you the stick. Here it comes. He's going to find a position where he is. Now he's going to try and stick. There you go, and move. There he goes again. He's going to do it again. He's moving mostly here. He's going to try and stick. He did a feint. This time he throws a jab followed by a lead, and he moves. And this is what he'll do most of the night. Moving pretty good laterally as well to throw Canelo off a little bit. There he goes with the 1-2. He's going to do it again. And every time he does the 1-2, he moves. He uses the high guard as defense. Here it is again. Jabs, 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 and moves. That's called the stick and move. Defensively, he used the shoulder roll, and he moved out the way. And he's going to set, jab, jab, and then he throws the lead. And then he moves. This is called stick and move. Another example of stick and move, you can go and look at Sugar Ray Leonard versus Marvelous Marvin Hagler. Alright, so that's a great example of the stick and move. Floyd Mayweather, on the other hand, does not do that. He can, and sometimes he does, but he mainly uses a different approach. This is Mayweather versus the same Canelo Alvarez. Notice he's already encroaching on Canelo's space. Canelo tries to throw a jab. Floyd goes straight back. He jabs, then he hooks, and then he throws a shot to the body, a hook to the body, double hook. Still in the center of the ring. Floyd's not on the ropes. He's sliding in to try and get to Canelo's body. Jabs up top. Canelo gets a jab in. Ready for the pull counter. A lot more feinting. As I told you before, Floyd Mayweather uses a system of feints. He's in the center of the ring. Canelo's starting to push him back a little bit. Floyd is looking for an opening. There he goes, jabs to the body. See Canelo trying to maintain distance as well. Jab to the head. Now they're clenched. But you notice Mayweather stays in the center of the ring. This is the first time he's close to the ropes now. Still is not touching the ropes. Floyd is actually pushing Canelo back. Again, he jabs to Canelo's body, slides in really quickly. Throwing the jab, throwing the jab. Canelo pushes him back this time. Floyd comes in and out. Almost like a video game. There's Canelo coming at him. Floyd parries those jabs down. Comes back to the center of the ring, slides in, jabs. Canelo's trying to encroach on the space. Nice feint by Canelo. Floyd is on the ropes. Canelo got him to feint him to the ropes. Floyd is pouring. And then straight right. Wow. And he's out of there. So this is not a stick and move. Erislandy Lara moves a lot more laterally. Floyd moves straight back, or he would change directions. This is something like what Erislandy Lara was doing, somewhat laterally, but Floyd is still in the center of the ring. Canelo starting to get him to try to go near to the ropes. Right now Floyd is more near to the ropes than before. Floyd is looking to counter Canelo. There's the straight right. Canelo's throwing double jabs. But this is definitely not a stick and move. These guys are going toe to toe in the center of the ring. They're trying to exchange jabs. There's another jab. Now Floyd is actually going around Canelo. Now he's coming closer to the ropes now. So you can see there's a difference between Floyd Mayweather fighting. That's not stick and move. And you have to know the difference between stick and move. Again, this style is like pot shotting. Both guys are trying to pot shot each other, but it's not stick and move like the other style you saw with Erislandy Lara versus Canelo. In fact, Erislandy Lara is a more advanced version of Daryl Coley versus Oscar De La Hoya. And what's interesting is, I just wanted to make this mention of this. Canelo Alvarez, his best shot is the left hook, and Oscar De La Hoya's best shot was his left hook. Canelo was a combinational puncher. Oscar De La Hoya was a combinational puncher. So in many ways, you're seeing a reenactment of Floyd versus Oscar when you saw Floyd fight Canelo. And in many ways, well, not really, it was not very similar because Canelo uses the shoulder roll and he does a lot of other things. But in many ways, when you saw Erislandy fight Canelo, it was a more advanced version of Daryl Coley versus Oscar. Okay? So I hope this video helps you out. When you look at these fights, you'll be able to determine when something is stick and jab and when something else is pure boxing, but it doesn't utilize the stick and jab. It's a different kind of defense offense. Okay? Alright.